Hey everybody, I'm in a 55 plus community here in southwest Ocala. This house just went on the market the other day. It's 159. It's a 2-2 with a 2-car garage. You can see coming up the street here and the neighbors. Just to give you an idea. Let's go inside. Roof looks good. It's very clean inside. The only thing I've noticed so far from the outside is this little bit of wood rot right there on the framing of the garage door, which is not uncommon in Florida. The water just bounces back up and runs into that wood. But see, there's a little bit right there as well. So, but not too big of a deal. Okay, walking in the front door, walking into the first living space. This is what I would call in this house a formal living room, because straight ahead is another extra living space for this model. This model usually doesn't have that, so that's nice. Here's your initial living space. You could put a TV in here if you wanted and make this your seating area with your television. Straight ahead is the dining area and galley kitchen. Here's the hallway to the left. Tile in the kitchen and eating area and down the hallway. It does have carpet in this area. It's not terrible. It's a pretty thick carpet, so it was a little bit better grade carpet, so it's held up pretty good. It doesn't look like there were any stains. Clearly no animals lived here for sure. We'll go this way through the kitchen. Formica cabinets and countertops. Nothing fancy, but in good shape. This is an extra piece. If you, honestly, it probably would look better if that wasn't there, because it's not an exact match, and it's not in as good a shape as the rest of the cabinets. The rest of the cabinets are in pretty good shape, even though they're, a little dated. There's your stove with the microwave mounted above. Refrigerator does have a dishwasher. This goes out to the 2-car garage, which is also nice because some of this model they'll have a single-car garage as well. Another little plus is this sink and cabinet here. Some storage in the garage. Here's your laundry area and water heater. This is also new. It's gas. Here's the rest of your garage. They put some flooring down in the garage, which I imagine was not up to the standard to drive cars on, which is why it looks so bad, because it's just a vinyl, like a peel and stick almost. So honestly, I would just tear this up. There's no real need for it, unless you were gonna make this, a space that you could also use for not living space, but maybe, office area, craft area, or something like that. But anyway, that's really just what needs to happen there and why it looks like it does. A little pass-through that goes out to that extra bonus room there. We're going to go down the hallway first before we go that way, and then we'll head out the back door. It does have a new air conditioning system. I'll show you that when we go out there. The first door here on the right is the bathroom. It does have a tub shower combo, sink, vanity, and toilet. Again, the house is very clean. In other words, it's been taken care of very well, because this is original and it looks in extremely good shape. So somebody maintained things pretty well. Go this way into the guest bedroom. Pretty standard. As you can see, there's 2 twin beds in here. If you had just one, let's say queen size bed, I think that it would fit great, and you could fit, more than, enough furniture for this space. 2 windows and a bifold closet. Pretty large. Another reason, personally, to not put the beds here. It's hard to get through to get access to the closet. But right outside the guest bedroom, linen closet. And here is the master bedroom. The bedrooms have the same carpet that you saw in that front living room. And it too looks, there's a traffic pattern a little bit, but other than that, it doesn't look bad. I bet if somebody cleaned these carpets, they would be fine for a while if you weren't in a position to replace flooring. Not a bad size room. They do have a lot of furniture in here for it. So they've got a long dresser, queen bed, 2 nightstands. They've got kind of a curio cabinet there, and then a pretty bulky upright dresser there. There is a little walk-in closet. And then the master bath, and it has a walk-in shower. It does have a little lip down there, but again, it's at least a walk-in shower in this bathroom. Single sink, toilet, pretty standard. It does have a window. A lot of people like a window in the bathroom so it doesn't feel too closed in. Again, this shower, the tile around the shower looks great. That looks dirty to me. It looks like somebody's footprint, but that's why you have an inspection. But again, it looks really good. The only thing I think could be something. Oh, you know what? Nope. I thought maybe that was a crack, but it's not. It is. It's a scuff mark of some kind, so that's good. There is a linen closet behind the door. Go back out through the master. Again, both bedrooms have 2 windows, so it does remain light and bright. I have not turned any lights on except in the bathroom, so you can see how light it is in here. And it is 4 or 5 o'clock, so it's not like it's noon and at the brightest point of the day. Headed back through the kitchen and dining area to this bonus space, which is really nice to have, because again, you can make that a formal sitting area if you want, and then have this for a really nice, because this is a bigger space than the one up front. This would make a great TV room. It's got a nice bank of windows. That whole wall there is just windows to let light in, which is lovely. You could set up the furniture any way you wanted. You could hang the TV there and put L-shaped furniture or couch and chairs, or you could turn it around and put the TV on that wall. Lots of options. But it is nice to have that extra space so that you're not confined to just that living room there and then the eating area and bedrooms. Here we have the sliding glass doors that go out to the porch. All right, this porch has vinyl windows, which is kind of a Florida thing, I think. That they have screens so you can open them and let some air in if during the hot months. Actually, even right now, if it were me, if all of these little windows, they slide this way. Let's see. Ooh. There. If you open the windows, see, they slide to the side. If you opened all these, it would be fantastic out here right now because it's beautiful weather in Florida right now. So you can make this another little eating or lounge area. You could cook out here and bring dinner onto the porch if you wanted. Step out here. And here is the backyard. There is no fencing here, so if you wanted fencing, you would have to put it up. But that's totally fine if you wanted to. Basically, this backyard and that backyard would split the distance equally, and you can just behind these bushes and that rock is about where the property line would be. There we go. I'll just peek around this side real fast and then go around the other way because that's where the air conditioner is. There's that. As you can see, pretty quiet. You do sit up here, so there would be no fear of any kind of water intrusion for sure. You can see somewhat of a hill that goes down into the neighbor's yard. Here's the new AC system. On a nice new concrete pad. All right, we'll take one more walk. Oops, sorry about that. We'll take one more pass through the house to exit out the front. These, one more thing, these vinyl windows are tinted, so it does allow for a little bit more comfort back here when the sun is on this side of the house, so that it's not just shining straight through. Again, here is this bonus room. It does have Berber carpet out here. And same as the rest of the carpeted areas in the house, no stains or spotting. There's just a little bit of a traffic pattern. Not very visible either. Like I said, if somebody cleaned these carpets, they probably would be just fine for a while. Now, that is interesting. I wonder if that backs up to the tub. I wonder if somebody had to fix the faucet in the tub. I'm going to go back around now that I've seen that and see if I see anything in that tub there. Somebody may have wanted to do that. Oh, look, it goes all the way across. Huh. Interesting. I'll have to inquire about that. Somebody may have done it that way. There's nothing in here that would indicate it had some big water leak. A lot of times people will come in that direction if something's happening in the tub and shower because they don't want to bust through the tile. Either because they know they can't match it and then they have to rip all the tile out and retile the entire shower. A lot of reasons like that. Let's see down here. And again, this vanity is original, so if there was some big leak, we would know in some fashion. Interesting. Something happened, so we'll investigate that and find out what. I think that's the only thing I've seen so far, really, that, you know, it makes me question anything, you know, something to find out, to make sure there wasn't anything major happening there. All right, one last look. There's the kitchen. Just going to lock this door. Kitchen, eating area, and back through the front through this formal living space. Thank you so much.